All right, guys, how's it going? Now, yesterday I wanted to record this video for you, but I ran out of time. And it's to do with Valencia Football Club. Now, if you follow my content or if you read a lot of things and follow a lot of things online, you may, or you should, if you follow my content, have heard about Fenway Sports Group having a potential interest in Valencia. That was several months ago, though, when they were right at the very bottom of La Liga. They've climbed a little bit, they're still in that danger zone. But the suggestion was that the FSG were looking at the club. In fact, I think that started around the time that we struck the deal for Mamardashvili, the Valencia goalkeeper that's signing for Liverpool in the summer. Now, there's a couple of ways you could look at this. FSG want Valencia because, they want to do their next big thing and they're going to get rid of Liverpool. Or FSG want Valencia as part of their, multi-club ownership plans. They brought Michael Edwards in to buy another club, right? And FSG do have, a history of, circling above distressed clubs. Liverpool Football Club being one when they bought us. Bordeaux, another one they were sniffing around but didn't proceed with a purchase. That club was in crisis. And Valencia, again, the suggestion was that if they got relegated, then that's when FSG could step in and try and buy the club. All speculation, nothing credible to suggest any of this is true. But some of you come to my live streams and say, Dunk, have you heard about FSG and Valencia? And I've had some emails about it previously, which I've gone over in other videos with you, but purely speculative, Now, in this article I saw yesterday while reviewing the Spanish football dailies for you, there was talk of Meriton Holdings issuing a statement, and it said it was rare for them to do that. And it was declaring that Valencia was not for sale. Now, usually that, happens when someone's applying pressure or trying to, try and wrestle control of a club, or maybe there's been reports saying, oh, Valencia are looking to sell, or the ownership, should I say, is looking to sell. But it was described as a rare statement from Meriton Holdings that owns the club. This is what it says. Meriton Holdings, regarding recent press articles suggesting that VCF is for sale, Meriton wants to make it clear that these articles are false. VCF is not for sale and Meriton remains committed to Valencia CF, the statement explained. Now, Peter Lim's company owns 91% of Valencia's capital, and according to AS, the club is in negotiations with Goldman Sachs for a loan of up to 325 million euros, an operation which is expected to close between April and May. This explains, they assure, the firmness of the statement. Something unusual for Valencia's owners. Amid a sporting and institutional crisis with recurring protests against the ownership group, Meriton Holdings appears resistant to selling Valencia, and it seems the ownership still has some rope left at the Mestalla. Now, Peter Lim, he tried to buy Liverpool Football Club, if you remember, years ago. and the fans of Valencia absolutely despise him. I mean, you might think that there's a lot of fans don't like FSG, but I wouldn't go as far as saying despise. I'm sure there are some that feel like that. But I live in the Valencia community, the Valencia county, if you like. So Valencia is, very close to me. And in the area in which I live, you either support Real Madrid or you support Valencia, and they can't stand him. So Meriton Holdings make that statement that Valencia is not for sale, dispelling recent rumours with this strong statement. Despite a backdrop of sporting and institutional crisis and ongoing fan protests, Meriton Holdings show no intentions of relinquishing control, suggesting that they wish to, or they plan to remain in charge. So Meriton Holdings, it's a Singapore-based investment company. It's been the majority shareholder of Valencia since 2014. I don't think we really need to go through the ins and outs of that company or any more to do with Peter Lim. The reason for the video really is just to provide an update for those of you that are aware or have heard that Valencia could be that FSG could be sniffing around Valencia, because that is clearly a strong hands-off. Like, hey, the club's not for sale. And through reviewing the Spanish football dailies for you for some time now, when I have read bits about those rumours that the club could be sold, it was even said that Peter Lim had made it clear that he wouldn't sell the club even if they were relegated. Now, if FSG are interested in Valencia, there's no credible reporting to suggest they are anyway. It's just rumours. You would think that if Valencia stay in La Liga, that interest would end. It seemed more like, well, if the club drops, maybe there could be, a bit of desperation to sell because the fans will be even more angry. Peter Lim will want to get out. Could there be something there for, for the owners, whether that would be part of a multi-club ownership thing, or whether they might go, do you know what, it's time, to leave Liverpool or whatever. But I just wanted to give that update to you to let you know, just in case you thought Valencia was for sale, that they're insisting that club is not for sale, regardless of what happens. All right. And, obviously, I don't like this multi-club nonsense anyway. In a romantic side, I know some people think, oh, it'd be good to get, a club, FSG to get a club in another country, lower down the divisions. We can send our kids there, loan them out, and maybe we can pick their best play, and all that. But I just don't think that that's what the owners are thinking. I think the owners are just thinking about that, to be honest with you. But it does work, the City Group, Manchester City, obviously New York City FC. I had season tickets out there when that club was first came to fruition. Because I was looking at going over there, spending a lot of time over there, and you love football, and whenever you go to another country, well, I don't know what you're like, but when I go to another country, if there's a football game on, I'm going. I like to watch football. Yeah, I think I had 4 season tickets at New York City FC. And to be honest with you, I just gave them to you guys, people on the VIP members website. I'm going to New York, don't we have the tickets? But yeah, I don't have them anymore. It was just something I was looking at doing at the time, In fact, I think I was going to do a YouTube channel about it, but just didn't have time really. So I thought I'd mention it to you. That's a little update. Valencia not for sale. Not really sure what FSG are up to on that front. They do seem to focus on clubs, that are in crisis or distressed or whatever, which I guess is what business people do, don't they? That's where you get a bargain, But I just think it gets a bit confusing, because you've got all these different competitions and clubs can meet each other and stuff like that. So anyway, I don't like it. So I just wish that we had, an owner that was a Liverpool fan, or at the very least a football fan, that just wanted to focus on that one thing and put the success first and the money second, which we do see at other football clubs. But our owners seem to be money-driven ahead of the club's success. That's what I think. But yeah, I'm sure there could be worse owners out there. Some of you would say George Lett and Tom Hicks were worse. And, at the end of the day, if you're, especially if you're a young Liverpool supporter, you're probably thinking, I don't understand why some of the older, people can't stand them or whatever, because you won't know any different. And I guess you've seen Liverpool be successful under them. They're all right, aren't they? They are what they are. I'm just old school. I'd rather the club was owned by football people. That's all, So I'm not going to get my knickers in a twist about it, because at the end of the day, if we're successful, that's all that matters. But yeah, anyway, I'll leave it with you. All right, guys, if you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. If you want to buy me a coffee, please hit the super thanks button, the love out under the video. And I will give you a shout out in tomorrow morning's morning briefing and let everybody know how great you are. And don't forget, my morning briefings are now on my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. The morning briefings are on that channel now. If you can't find it, or you didn't hear what I said, look in the video description of this video. You'll see a link to my other YouTube channel. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon.